Barry Sears and Robert Atkins and William Davis, the new wheat belly guy. These people are all...
Hey, it's the High Fruit Lifestyle. It's been a while since I made a video because I've been wanting to get my ebook finished. Remember when I said it would be up in about a week? That was a month ago. I finally finished the book, and this is a game changer. It's going to change everything. I want to talk more about the book later in the video. Right now I want to talk about something that's going on right now. This is the annual event we all look forward to with anticipation. It is the conference, the Obesity Medical Conference in San Francisco. A lot of things going on at this event. They had 3 doctors, I suppose they're all doctors, speaking on obesity having to do with diet. 3 different diets, right? But one of those speakers is Dr. John McDougall, who online vegans will know. So McDougall's on schedule, and then the conference people review his presentation, and that's when he gets kicked out. Now on the internet, I was able to find this information because McDougall put it up. He showed this presentation. It seems the problem was not his message, because didn't they know his message when they signed him up? I don't know. But it appears that the problem is the attitude of his presentation. And 2 of his YouTube videos he was going to show at the conference. That's a good one. I think we're familiar with the videos in which he was going to speak. Matter of fact, I recently re-uploaded one of those videos almost in its entirety. Here's a sample of it.
Barry Sears and Robert Atkins and William Davis, the new wheat belly guy. These people are all fat.
Even McDougall himself is acknowledging that his videos are offensive. So I can understand if the conference wants to keep it really professional. You know, medical conference, they have to look like they're upstanding. They have to put on an image along with their coats. They got to wear those at all times. And that manipulates the public, which is what the whole point of the conference is. Oh yeah. They even have a course about how to retain your patients, trying to control the people. Oh, and that brings up an issue. Might as well bring this up right now. The key words there. I'm almost teaching you how to look for key words and to look for them. Key words in Obesity Medical Conference is the word medical. And I remember this a few years back, the American Medical Association, Leave It Up to America, to do this. They went to Congress. I write about this in my book. They were able to change the law and make obesity officially a medical disease. I remember this. This was big news for people like me. Also my mother, who was in the field. She understands the implications of this. So does McDougall, who discussed it. He nailed it, as a matter of fact. This is actually a sick story that they did this. It should be criminal. They're above the law. If they can change the law and bend it to their will and to their bank accounts, I think this gives them the right to stop anyone who's not a medical professional from treating obesity. That's the worst part. So it's not surprising they would pick McDougall out. But it's surprising they'd kick him out because of those videos. They aren't that offensive. Think about it from a certain point of view. They're only offensive if you look at it from the point of view of a fat person. Yeah, see, that's the problem here. People don't like being criticized. People don't like being criticized. People don't like being criticized. But those people are fat, and that's what we're talking about. McDougall mentioned fat shaming, and he said, yeah, this is fat shaming. Maybe so. Maybe some people need to be shamed. On the other hand, but I think we have to stop using that word. And I think we have to stop being politically correct. Because if they really wanted to help people, I think it would be best to just acknowledge what's in those videos. People selling those high-fat diets are fat themselves. And they're experts too. But does the medical community really want to help people? Or do they want to help themselves? Guess what the diets of the other two speakers recommend? Am I right or am I wrong? Let everybody know in the comments what you think. Now on to my ebook. I would say that this ebook is the single biggest thing I've ever done. It's a much bigger project than you think. It already seems big. Here's a link to my book where you can get it. It reminds me, about 6 years ago, the creator of vegan-bodybuilding.com wrote a book. And he made a video. He was talking about how it was more difficult and convoluted than you would think. It's a lot more than just writing the book. There's things you'd never expect. You write it in Word, but you have to use it in a specific way. The formatting has to be right for converting it over to an ebook. For instance, you cannot have two spaces. You can't press the space bar twice or you're in for trouble. And you can't use the Enter key to make a big space because that will not format correct. And I learned something about writing stuff that I never knew. Like ellipses, there's the three dots that you put after a word when you're continuing. It turns out you need a space between the word and the ellipses. Otherwise it's 3 periods. And you're in for trouble when you do that. But it can't be 2 spaces or you're in for trouble. And that's just the beginning. If you read a lot of ebooks, you're going to notice something different about mine. In my studies, I found there's a lot of mistakes just by not realizing you're making formatting mistakes. This book is fully hyperlinked, which means the table of contents. You click on a chapter, table of contents, it'll take you to that chapter. You click chapter within the book, it'll take you back to the table of contents. When I found out that you can do this, and how to do it the right way, there's a wrong way to do everything with writing an ebook. So I decided to go for it because that's so convenient. It also has links to outside the book on the internet. Speaking of which, there's plenty of science in this book, along with my comedy and just expressing the way I think about things. It's going to be interesting to see what the community thinks, the general public. But it has to get out to them, and that's another thing. Maybe I'll talk about that in another video. But I want to talk about pricing here. I want people to understand why the price is the way it is. I thought about this for a long time, and I also read some stuff on pricing. The site where I'm putting up the book has some literature on pricing. There's pros and cons for a low price and a high price. I don't want it too high. I was thinking about having it be a low price, but there's a problem with that. And in that literature of the book site there, they talk about don't price it too low, especially for books such as mine, self-help. And I was thinking the same thing. That is, you don't want it too low because that will give the public a negative impression of the book, as if it's not that good and not too much was put into it. In the case of my book, it is high quality, and it's coming from someone who's been in this arena for a long time. Yeah, I'm wise for my age and experienced, and also I happen to write very well. I take great care into making sure that the readers can understand what I'm saying. I'm also very well read, which means I've read a lot, and so I understand how to write. And I'm a perfectionist. This book kicks ass. On the other hand, it's not a normal size book. I'm not sure about this though. It's hard to judge. Since it's not a real book, it's a virtual book. But I would say if this were made into a regular book, it would be somewhere around 80 pages maybe. And you got to consider that I don't have a lot of pictures in the book. I don't have any stretched out recipes. So to wrap things up, a high price would be $35 for this book. My book is probably smaller than hers. It's hard to say. Low prices would be around $5. And so I'm thinking that my book will be $14. Thumbs up, share, subscribe.